Hey guys, Will's Photoshop help here, and another pretty cool tutorial coming up. If you couldn't tell from the title you just saw and above, I'm going to be talking and show you some tricks today with shadows. Shadows are a very integral part of photo editing. It can be very useful in your images, make them look 20 times better and 20 times more believable. It's actually pretty simple, so let's go ahead and get started. Again, the images that I'm going to be using are down below. You can go ahead and download those if you want to follow along with me and get a good idea of what you need to do. Or if not, you want to watch the whole video all the way through and then come back. Anyways, let's go ahead and start. So what I'm going to first do is open up two images, one of a sidewalk or driveway, whatever. And I'm going to open up another image of a very excited man jumping up. So let's go ahead and separate these, gridded outline. And what I want to do is take this guy, put him over into the picture of the driveway, and then create a shadow of him on the ground. So it looks like he's actually in the picture. It doesn't look like I just randomly photoshopped some random dude in here. And it'll look, for the most part, pretty realistic. So I'm just going to come over here, select the guy, and drag him over here. So now that I got him here, let's go ahead and zoom in a bit so we can get a better idea of what we need to do. Okay, so this looks pretty good. I'm going to keep him right about there. And what we need to do is make a copy of him first. So we're going to come over here to our layers, right click, and click duplicate layer. Okay, so just so you guys understand what I did, I made a copy of him, basically. And I need to turn this copy black. I need to make him completely black. So what I'm going to do is go to Image, Adjustment, Curves. This will do it for the most part. As you're going to see, there is some black left over. You can fix that up by using, Paint Bucket. And anything Paint Bucket doesn't get, you can just come through with your paintbrush and fix that. But it doesn't have to be perfect. So that's pretty good. So now what we're going to do is we need to now skew this image to make it look like it's on the ground. So we're going to go to Edit, Transform, and Skew. Make sure you have the shadow or the layer copy selected. And now we're just going to move the image over down here, so it looks like he is jumping up in the air. Now, skewing can be kind of difficult from times, guys, so you really need to play around with it and just try and do the best you can. Make sure you get the image kind of behind him. You don't want it too squished, and you don't want it too spread out. You want it to look pretty natural, actually. So that looks okay. Again, if it doesn't look right to you, you can move it to wherever you want, but that looks all right to me. So we're going to now apply this, and that looks pretty good. The problem is no shadows are just complete solid black like that. That's like a Peter Pan shadow, so that's a little unbelievable, and again, it's going to look like you Photoshopped the image in. So what we need to do is make this look a little bit more believable. So what I'm going to do is come over here to my layer copy, or the shadow layer. You can rename the layer if you'd like. And I'm going to go ahead and right click on it and go to blending options. Now, keep in mind that when I'm selecting a single layer, that only that particular layer or images in that layer will be affected. So I'm going to come over here to opacity, and as you guys know, when we talked in my video on transparency and reflections, opacity is basically the amount of transparency an image has, the amount of light that can come through that image. So what I'm going to do is take the opacity all the way down to the 30s and 40s. Again, you can change it to however you like. You can have it down in the 10s or the 20s. I wouldn't go any higher than 50, but I'm going to have it around 30. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and crop this to make the image a little bit smaller, because that's all I really want is right there. Alright, and there we have it, guys. We now have a Photoshop guy in jumping, and we have his shadow behind him with a little bit of transparency in it, so it looks pretty natural. Again, you can, if you know what you're doing in Photoshop, you can tell that it is Photoshopped. And if you wanted to, you could blur it a little bit up at the top so it looks like it was kind of just dispersing out a little bit like normal shadows do. But that looks pretty good. The general public probably couldn't tell that was Photoshopped in. It looked pretty natural to me. And again, if you don't like the placement of the shadow, even after you do all these steps, you can always move it around. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions or need any other help with this, leave a comment or send me a message. I'll try and get to you. This can be used in this kind of image. It can be used in making an iPhone theme. It can be used in all kinds of things. Please take into account that this is not a drop shadow. I will have a video on drop shadows later, but this is much more advanced than a drop shadow. So this can be used for a lot of different things. So there you go. Hope you liked the video, guys. If you did, please rate, comment, subscribe. If you have any more suggestions for any other videos you'd like to see, please let me know. Leave a comment on my actual channel in the comments section, and I will add it onto the tutorials to come list next to that, so you should know pretty soon if I'm going to do the video or not. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.